Hello, and welcome to an honest walkthrough and review of Noire by Native Instruments. Now, I'm a little bit late to this review as it only came out, 6 years ago, but I feel it's still very relevant today in 2025, especially if you're looking to purchase your first piano virtual instrument. Now, this one will set you back £129, but it does work within the free contact player, which is also produced by Native Instruments, and you have a lot of flexibility with this instrument. You're getting a pure version of this piano, but you're also getting a felt version. You also have a ton of control over the overall sound. You've got release samples, pedal noise, mechanical sounds, sound of the felt, overtones, tonal depth, the colour, the tonal shift, a lot of control over the velocity sensitivity as well, which is extremely important for a piano. Lots of different presets as well, and I feel it has a very premium UI. It also has this particle engine, which is really cool and a whole other thing in its own right. But if we jump into the free contact player and just quickly play it out of the box, actually I'll play the pure one first and then I'll play the felt one, and then we'll go through the UI and have a fiddle with some of the knobs and how that affects the overall sound. Now, out of the box, both the pure and the felt sound absolutely gorgeous, and I do just love that sound. But again, the flexibility you have just within the controls that come up on the screen naturally. Color, you can make it warmer or softer or harder, and then on top of that you have tonal shift as well, so you can make that really nice and soft. And more dreamer-like, and we've only just turned 2 knobs to get to that sound. Dynamic, if you want to not have to play as hard or as expressive. You've got flexibility there. Of course, reverb and delay are very much self-explanatory, but going into the release samples, you can very much hear those that are obviously exaggerated, but you also have the resonance and some overtones as well. Especially if you want those long, drawn-out chords. Those overtones just add an extra sense of realism to it. Now, of course, you've got pedal noise and mechanical noise as well, adding those, and even within that rumble, dampeners, strings, you've got more control over that as well. I have overkilled it, but you can mix it into a sensible amount. And then felt as well. And I like the fact that you can almost overcook it. So if you really do want that present, you can. Now, for now, let's turn these off so we can just hear what everything else is doing. Tonal depth, this is another really cool one, and really going more into what these knobs were doing for us. Just think from that original pure sound we have and now the sort of sound that we have. But you see what I mean in terms of the flexibility that you have. And then of course, fine tune it and find which is the best one for you there. Now let's turn all these off for now. Although actually we are going to keep some release samples on. Overtones is going to go off, and moving on to our effects. EQ just allows you to refine your sound a little bit more. So this is our plain sound. Add some EQ, and I'm going to turn on to shimmer actually. Just warms it up ever so slightly. It's minor adjustments, but it's adjustments like that that make all the difference. Now with transient, I feel the best way to show you what this does is simply by playing. If you're going for more of a staccato sound, having on more the attack side, I feel is better. While if that was slap bang in the middle, I feel you don't get the same sort of emphasis. As you did with it on the attack, and likewise with the sustain. Definitely doesn't work, but for longer drawn out sounds, it does add a subtlety to it. Again, fine details, but still worth noting. Compressor does exactly what it says on the tin, and you can adjust the amount and the preset there. I do like the tape limiter personally. If you do find this to be on the quiet side, again, subtle, but it's those little things. That make all the difference. Right, that's those. Stereo image, again, that just allows you to make it wider. One more monophonic. And then you go for some weird and wonderful effects there as well if you want. Changes up the style Again, something nice and simple. Now, you might have noticed on some of these effects it says noise, and when you click that, it means that this EQ will affect this noise over here. And what's nice actually with how I've got it currently set up, if we turn our noise on and turn it to the radio, you can have a really cool effect. Now there's other noises as well, everything from Your Rainy Sunday to tube mics. And of course you can adjust the volume. And then you have pianist noise, which basically gives it some ambience, and it sounds like there's a person sitting at the piano. There's little squeaks, which I really like putting into smaller ensemble pieces or solo piano pieces to add a sense of realism. Now, let's turn a couple things on, because I want to move over to the particle engine now, which is something completely different and unique. I love this. You turn this on and, well, just have a listen. And of course you can adjust all the parameters as well within this. And it's really intuitive and easy to just tweak and mess around with. You get a sound that you desire, as you saw then, and you can simply pick other styles as well from the preset, which is really cool. But you can see there on the screen all the different ways that you can affect that. But it's a really nice little addition that's a lot of fun to play with. Last but certainly not least, you've got your reverb and delay with diffusion. And even with that, you have different types. Mix in some reverb. And as you can see there, with all those different delay effects, they have their own different settings as well. But I just love how simple and complex this piano is. And you can just play it out of the box. You can pick a preset and just mess with that. or you can really go into the nitty gritty and make it your own and customize it to the point where you might even have a one-of-a-kind sort of piano that's your very own, and then you can save that preset to contact as well and open it whenever you like. But overall, for £129. But I would also recommend waiting for the sales as well and grabbing yourself a bargain. But if I could sum this piano up in one word, it would be versatile. It's extremely flexible, and I would highly recommend, if you do decide to purchase this, sitting down and just giving yourself an hour with it to tweak and play and to make it your own and to get familiar with the UI and to see what you like and don't like about it. But overall, I love it. I think it's still very much relevant in 2025. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments, but thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.